The microphone on this one sucks. I'm gonna repeat. My name is spelled T-H-E space Projecttian. When you watch the YouTube channel, say you're swiping across the shorts right now, you're swiping right now. When you don't spell the name right, you are not going to find this YouTube channel. I repeat, spell the name right so that you find the YouTube channel. I've repeatedly told people on Roblox and across different social media platforms that my very name is the name everywhere else. If I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, and Twitch, it is the Projecttian. It is pronounced the Projecttian. It is not the projection. Why my server and Discord server never advise me people for misspelling it is because whenever you spell it wrong, you can never find when somebody addresses me. Say somebody says the Projecttian, hello there the Projecttian, or hello Maggie, or hello Visuet. When you don't spell it right, when you try to refer to me and you spell it wrong, people are going to end up finding results where you spell it wrong, and they're going to go, when did I start saying this? Say, when did I find your channel? Say, if somebody says, if I told them, go check out my Please Donate stream, if you spell it like the projection, you're never going to find that stream on YouTube and on Google. I will explain this one to you real quick. Whenever you go on Google and you search for search results, usually search results have very common variables that tell you that there's something that's highly searched. Say it has 323 million results, 323 million people search for the same thing, whatever. When it is the Projecttian, since it is an obscure term, the Projecttian only has one referral, one term, one object, one definition, one meaning. So Google will interpret as, if you say put the Projecttian, you spell it with like one less T, it thinks you're spelling the projection, the Projecttian, or Projecttian, or Project Cal, or the projection, and like instead of like the T-I-O-N, not the T-A-I-N or T-A-I-N or T-Y-A-N. If you don't spell it right, you're never going to find this channel. By the way, the microphone sucks for this one, so this is just going to be like this. Whenever you don't spell it right, you're never going to find me. You have to spell it right so you can properly find where the hell you're going. The channel is based on a really old concept 12 years ago. But this should mean that if you at least give a crap, you probably should start spelling it right so you start finding it. Because I find people saying, I don't know where your playlist is. And I found out it's because they can't spell the name right, or they can't spell my name right and they can't find something. Spell the name right. It's easy. I spell it again.